of Gennady, what's the status of what's happening right now?
No, I don't know. I talked to Tom this afternoon. They're still talking. Him and Eric and Oscar are still talking. Maybe it's salvageable. I don't know. I have to talk to Tom tomorrow.
And how was the news met about the stripping of the IBF title?
It's unfortunate that one of the better champions of this era gets stripped. I think the organizations have to have more consideration for these guys that are trying to create history, as Terrence did in unifying his division, as Evander Holyfield, as Bernard Hopkins. There's got to be a little leniency to protect our sport, for these guys that are trying to create something that 20 years from now we're going to talk about, and to strip him for a mandatory of a guy that's got 12 or whatever fights he's got, and his last fight was an 8-round fight against a guy 22 and 23, just makes no sense. We weren't even given an option to say we're going to fight him or not. They just stripped him, which is, I don't think they've ever done that before.
In terms of the feeling you get, do you think that the event will be saved? Do you see that Golovkin will fight Canelo?
You know, I sure hope so. I think boxing needs that fight, but they were so far apart 2 weeks ago. They seem to get closer. Oscar said he was close to finalizing it with Tom. And then the next day it's so far apart again. So who knows? I have 9 other guys in my gym that I'm training for fights in the next 3 or 4 months. So if it gets made, we get back in the gym, we train, and we fight the fight. I hope so for the fans. I hope so for boxing. But if it doesn't get made, I'm sure it'll get made next year.
Plan B would be who?
I don't know. That's Tom's department. When they decide, Gennady will come to camp 10 weeks for the fight, and we'll start training.
And we're live. This is news to me. I don't know Golovkin got stripped of one of his titles. That means he's down to 3 titles, right? He had 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. Golovkin, man. All-time great. I'm not surprised by this. Oscar and the commission, in my opinion, this is a straight up conspiracy, by the way. In my opinion, Oscar and the commission, the IBF rather, I wouldn't be surprised if this was powered by them, Oscar and his team, simply because they've been ducking Triple G. Canelo lost his first match to Triple G, then he cheated so that he could win and got caught cheating, and now they're canceling the fight. This doesn't look good for Canelo, man. His legacy is tarnished because of Oscar De La Hoya and his money-grabbing hands. This is sad for Canelo. You understand, if Canelo doesn't fight Triple G, yeah, he'll still make the money that Canelo makes, but he'll be seen as a laughingstock in boxing. He runs from the hard fights, always takes the easy fights, the people who he can beat, never the people who can beat him. You might bring up the whole Mayweather thing. Cool, I get it. You know, Mayweather took it to him. Mayweather won technically. But let's not act like Canelo got hurt in that fight. Yes, he also didn't get hurt during the Triple G fight. But what I'm starting to realize is Canelo is the only golden boy on Golden Boy. If something happens to Canelo where he loses in spectacular fashion, there goes Golden Boy's Golden Boy. There goes the bulk of the money they make. There goes their whole existence for being in the sport of boxing. That's like Mayweather Promotions losing Mayweather. You know, it's a huge knock to never mind his legacy, but Golden Boy Promotions. So this doesn't surprise me. You know, I just didn't expect a guy like Oscar De La Hoya to work like this, man. I mean, he's a fighter. He understands the warrior's heart. So why would he stop a warrior from being a warrior unless the warrior is really scared of who he has to fight? You know, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.
Your guys talk too much. And you know what interesting? I understand how crazy power UFC PR machine. Your guy, beginning of the year, he cut like chicken. End of the year, he fight for the title. Crazy. Hey, you know, guys, this is true. This is not trash talking. Hey, guys, Irish only 6 million. Russian 150 million. I wanna fight for your chicken because this is #1 easy fight in lightweight division.